Montreal is a beautiful city in the fall, but now isn't the time to enjoy the sights and sounds around La Belle Province. It's time to come indoors. The qualifiers are done. Now things really get going on the first stop of the ISU Short Track World Cup season. Hello everyone, Gavin Day here, excited to be on the call for the opening round of the World Cup Short Track season here in Montreal. The Maurice Richard Arena is very much the home for Canadian short track and is a long-time stop for World Cups and World Championships for this event. The first of two World Cup weekends taking place right here. There is a look at the schedule for today. The morning session largely repechages for the women's and men's 1,000, 1,500, and then the mixed relay event as well. And so the repechages, just to sort of quickly go through what those are, those who didn't come in the top two of their heats yesterday or come in with one of the third best times, if that was an option, they have to go through these extra races to try to then get into those medal races. Extra racing, extra fun. The medal races to come later on this afternoon and the evening. Getting things started in just a few minutes will be the women's 1,000-meter repechage quarterfinals. And we'll be with you in just a moment, ready to get the racing going. And the lights come up on the Maurice Richard Arena, named in honor, of course, of the great Montreal Canadiens ice hockey player. They never played there. They played at the old Montreal Forum in downtown Montreal. The Maurice Richard Arena was built, way back in the 60s. It was the home of boxing and wrestling at the 1976 Olympics. As our first heat of the women's 1,000-meter repechage quarterfinals, they take to the ice, they'll give a quick shake out and then line up. There's the start list. Myungbi Jung, Hana Takahashi from Japan, Gwendolyn Dode of France, Ksenia Adamenko of Ukraine, and Katarina Buric of Croatia. And in the 1,000, the top skater from each heat, and then upwards of the 3 second fastest skaters will qualify for the repechage semifinal. So, job one, win your heat. Failing that, have a fast time. So, a bit of everything in this one. Adamenko, 19 years of age. Of course, we all know what's going on in Ukraine these days, and I'm sure she's casting one eye on her home country. As always in the races, you make sure they get into that first corner well. And unlike the 500 meters where they're going in gangbusters, there's a little bit more reservation going into that corner. So everybody through safely. It's 21-year-old Hana Takahashi in front right now. Myungbi Jung from Germany, born in Seoul. She's 19. She's been living in Germany since 2017. Her father worked for a German engineering company and uprooted the family and headed west. And it's Daudet, French Olympian, 24 years old, taking things to the front right now. 9 laps of the track in Montreal. It's 5 laps to go. You'll see things really starting to pick up. Tactics, of course, very important. You're not going to go out sprinting hard in 1,000 meters. Otherwise, you'll just run out of gas. Daudet, second oldest racer in the field. The other one, the oldest, is Katarina Buric, who's sitting right at the back of the field right now. She's 26 years old, the Croatian. The unmistakable checkerboard kit. Coming up to the bell lap, Buric, as I mentioned, she is falling off the back. Daudet in pole position. Takahashi trying to close things down. Down goes one of the skaters. I think it was the Ukrainian Adamenko, but it looks like Daudet. Unofficially moving on. Always have to have the qualifier unofficially because there are a lot of reviews in short track. Got to make sure everybody was on the level. That was Takahashi going out in front. Daudet then, she took the lead. And yeah, Adamenko just really taking herself out of the race there. The 19-year-old, don't think there will be any second looks at that one. Results come up. Daudet qualifies advancing, or automatically rather, to the repechage semifinal. And Takahashi will now sit and wait. There are just 3 heats in these repechage quarterfinals, so 2 out of 3. Gotta like her chances. Here's the second heat. Wang Yi from China, Una Wilhoit from the US, Esther Toth from Hungary, Valentina Askic from Croatia, and Sarah Baksai from Hungary. So 2 skaters from Hungary, adding a little extra dynamic. There's Wilhoit. She's 21 years old. A lot of these racers you'll see here in the teens and early 20s will also be racing in junior level events.
To the start. Ready.
And it's Yi out of position 1. She slots into second. And it's Askic who takes that front spot. Wang Yi, 18 years old from China. She was 4th in this event at the World Juniors last season. So certainly one to watch, at least in the up-and-coming category. And that is Esther Toth slotting into second right behind her teammate. 19 years of age is Toth. World Juniors bronze in the relay. Nothing individual. She's sitting right behind Baksai, who is 24.
Halfway through this race, it is still Valentina Askic.
Still Askic leading the way, followed by the 2 Hungarians. I'm going to watch out for Wang there, sitting in 4th position, see if she makes a move, and there she goes. Starting to round, going the long way round. Wang into 3rd, trying to get up into 2nd. She can make that move stick. Timing her moves just right, and there Wang takes the lead. As she comes up to the bell, it's Wang and Baksai 1-2 right now. Very smooth from Wang. 18 years old, doesn't look it there, looking very experienced as she slides into the repechage semifinal, at least provisionally. I don't think anything is going to be reviewed there. Askic, who celebrates her 25th birthday on November 12th, slotted into the lead early. She was followed then by the two Hungarians, and after biding her time, Wang then largely took the long way around, and there she goes. And took a rather comfortable victory in the end. Don't think she was ever really worried sitting back there in fourth. Nice move up the inside there to take the lead for good. There's the photo. Askic making it quite close, actually. It's just over 0.3 of a second the difference. And now Baksai will sit and wait to see if her time holds up. And the third heat on the ice. Looks like everybody's up there. This one's a bigger one. 6 skaters. On the inside, Martina Valsipina from Italy, Yana Khan from Kazakhstan, Yelyatseva Sidorko from Ukraine, Julie Latai from the United States, Aurélie Levesque from France, and Miroslava Selyakova, another one from Ukraine. There's Valsipina, the elder statesperson in this race, 31 years old.
Go to the start. Ready.
Cleanly away, Valsipina. The next closest skater to Valsipina, 23. One thing you've noticed looking at all these ages is there aren't many skaters over the age of 30, men or women. Sliding up the inside, very close into the corner. That was Valsipina taking the lead, but now Latai, the 19-year-old American, she goes to the front. Two Ukrainians at the back, and it's Levesque kind of bumbling her way into third there. Not the smoothest of passes, but she makes it hold. Latai, Valsipina, Levesque, the two second place times, Takahashi and Baksai. They're watching this race closely to see if they move on to the repechage semifinal. It's Latai in front. Khan crashed yesterday. Good to see she is not too worse for wear, able to keep going. A nice padded entry into those boards, but of course, those blades on your feet, always a worry when you crash, but she seems to be okay. As we come up to get the bell, it's still Latai. Levesque looking to join her French compatriot in the repechage semifinal. Coming up to finish the race here, it's going to be Latai leading things to the line, and she takes it ahead of Levesque. Very close race in the end with Latai. That move she made early, ultimately the difference. Latai, 23 years old. She's from Boston. I believe she said she was a teenager. She is one of the 23 years old, or 23-year-olds rather. She's out of Boston. Only World Cup medal comes in the women's relay. So she's still harboring aspirations of an individual medal here in Montreal. And confirmation, Latai and Levesque both go through. Latai automatically, Levesque one of the fastest second place times. And they'll be back in about an hour and a half for the repechage semifinals. So not much time to wait, not much time to rest.
Quarterfinal races in
Of course, that's the point of the repechage, those extra races, just to get you up to those people who qualified faster. And the men's. There is Daniel Tiborch of Hungary.
Go to the start.
Ivan Donchev of Bulgaria also
Ready.
there. So there was one scratch out of this one. Murat Tatachi of Turkey not taking part. So it's Tiborch, Ivan Donchev of Bulgaria, Takumi Wada of Japan, Ward Peter of Belgium, and Matthias Wolf of Austria. And it's Peter of Belgium, the 26-year-old in front. And these ones in the men's 1,000, the first place from each race, and up to 4 second-place skaters will advance to the repechage semifinal. They did 2 qualifiers yesterday for the 1,000. The one in the morning was for this one. There is a second 1,000 tomorrow, and so there will be the same repechage situation. Those qualifiers were in the afternoon. So Montreal this weekend hosting 2,000-meter World Cup races, and so this is 1,000 meters number 1. 1,000 meters number 2 is tomorrow. But like I said, both of their qualifiers were yesterday. Wada getting right up behind. There's a move on the inside, and it's Tiborch getting right in there. Wada trying to come back. He's forced out a little bit wide. It's still Peter serenely in front, coming up to the bell, and it's Wada and Tiborch battling for second. Donchev is right there as well. Wada trying to come around the outside into the final turn. Peter in front, down goes Wada. Tiborch hanging on for second. That may get a review, but Wada was trying to make that late push for second. Is one of Wada's moves into second. He and Tiborch battling hard for that second spot. And it was both Wada and Donchev going down. I missed Donchev's collision. I'm not sure if that will merit a review, but we await the results. There were no notice. You'll see on a lot of these, there'll be a little card that goes up, a yellow card for something that's getting reviewed. Peter and Tiborch, 1 and 2. All the times standing as they finished. And so Tiborch will wait to see if his time holds up. Some pretty big names still to come. I'm thinking of Shaolin Liu in heat number 6. Stephen Dubois of Canada in heat number 4. This one, though, Niall Tracy of Great Britain, Lorenzo Previtali of Italy, Sébastien Lepape of France, Łukasz Kuczynski of Poland, and Sebastian Lencinas of Argentina, the lone Argentine competitor. There's Tracy, lives in Nottingham, 23 years old. There's
39, 35. No. You were right. Go to the start. Ready.
Cleanly away, some bumping into the first turn, but everybody through okay. It's Tracy using that position 1 to take the lead around the first lap. Kuczynski and Previtali second and third, but here comes Le Pape. He does have a World Cup bronze medal in this event, 1,000 meters in 2019 back in Dresden. Le Pape, one of those skaters who's over 30. And Tracy still in front. Kuczynski and Previtali still second and third. Upwards of 44 kilometers an hour. Now there's Kuczynski trying a move. And now Previtali, he makes it stick into second place. And Le Pape closing up behind Kuczynski, and he makes a slot into second place. A lot of moves happening now. 2 laps to go. A bit of room between Tracy, Previtali, and Le Pape. Le Pape trying to close it up into second. Here comes the bell. 1 lap to go, and Tracy still in control. Previtali in second, and down goes Previtali. Oh my. Round that final turn, second place was in sight, and I think he just won out on his own. And so Le Pape looking like he will take that second place, and we'll be watching the clock. Let's see if we'll get a second look. And there goes, yep, just down on his own, and he knew it. Upset it himself there. But, as you like to say, anything can happen in this sport. Tracy staying focused until the line, winning that repechage quarterfinal. And confirmation, Previtali will just have to dream about what might have been. Le Pape now has the clock next to his name as he waits to see how the other heats play out. Here's the third heat. Mersad Zaksbayev, Benson Nogradi, Kwok Fung of Hong Kong, pardon me. Asen Gurov of Bulgaria. These were the changes to the quarterfinal start lists that they were announcing prior to the start of the races. Pardon me, no they're not. These are all right. I'm on the right race here. There's Nogradi, 21 years old.
Ready.
Clean start. Everyone around the corner nicely.
On track, wearing number 124 from Kazakhstan, Mersad Zaksbayev.
And it is Maxim Maximov of Bulgaria in front. 17 years old.
Number 136 from Ukraine, Rostislav Lyontenko. And wearing number 98 from Bulgaria, Kapten Yurov. It is that Bulgarian skater Yurov out in front.
Pardon me, it is a change. It's Gurov of Bulgaria. It is not Maxim Maximov, so I did have needed to update my start list. Excuse me. But it's Zaksbayev, and there is a slide out, and that's Kwok of Hong Kong going down. Nogradi of Hungary, Zaksbayev from Kazakhstan sitting 1-2, Gurov right behind them. Remember, first automatically qualifies, second you're relying on time. 2 laps to go. Nogradi and Zaksbayev out in front. Gurov, Leontenko really out of this one at the moment. There's the bell. Zaksbayev, will he try to make a push late? Looks like he's just going to perhaps rely on his time, and it's Nogradi winning the heat. There will be a review, though. You see that yellow card in the corner. As always, just like to see what happens there. Nogradi, all of his World Cup medals coming in mixed and men's relays. Of course, that Hungarian program losing the Liu brothers. John Henry Kruger once a very influential part there as well, but he's not here. So the mantle of leadership will be falling on some new shoulders with Hungary, and there is the slide out. I think it was on his own. And Nogradi winning that repechage quarterfinal. There is a look at our official making the review. He's chatting with the replay room. Already announcing the next heat. You heard them announcing a pretty big name out there, Steven Dubois, a Canadian from Laval. Canadian team, like many, taking part in the Four Continents event in just 2 weeks from now. That will actually be in Laval. So those are the current time qualifiers, Le Pape and Tiborch, the second place finishers. Waiting to see how the final few heats play out. 3 more to go. And there's the Leontenko penalized, but that didn't affect the top 2. Zaksabayev, his time is the third time there, second place time. There we go. Nogradi the winner. Zaksabayev in second. Here is the penalty. A little bit of an arm push there. Just got his hand on the backside. Here is Heat 4. Murat Tataci of Turkey. Andrew Heo of the USA. Jonas Hammermüller of Germany. Steven Dubois, the aforementioned Steven Dubois. And Matthias Wolfgang of Austria.
Go to the start. Ready.
There were a few changes to the start list. There's Tataci into second now. Tataci from Erzurum in Turkey. That's the eastern part of the country. You're getting closer to Armenia then. But it's Hammermüller taking the early lead. The one to watch, Steven Dubois, sitting in fourth right now. He won, that's actually Pascal Dion. Steven Dubois won the 500 meters here in Montreal last year. Moving up into third ahead of Heo. Dubois was also second in the 1500 meters here in Montreal. Now Dubois making his move, jumping to the front, going right around 2 skaters, and now he starts to push things. Not going to leave it to chance. Dubois just turning on the jets. Just showing his absolute pedigree. Over 47 kilometers an hour. It's a race for second. They are still going for time. Dubois first, leading things around the final turn. And his speed may just help the second place skater. Dubois taking it comfortably in the end. Heo in second ahead of Tataci from Turkey. Heo, 22 years old, from Philadelphia. Lives in Salt Lake City, really the home of a lot of U.S. winter sports. And he's just biding his time. Steven Dubois waiting. And then when the time was right, he sees his opening. And there it is. Bang. right around 2 skaters on a backstretch, and then from there it was really all academic. And Dubois on course to the repechage semifinal. When you're trying to save as much energy as possible, keep those matches unlit, you got to largely cruise until the finish. Easily over the line. Keogh in second. No reviews necessary there. Dubois by over a second and a half. Keogh into second ahead of Tatachi. Heat 5. Kai Huisman of the Netherlands. Anton Kran of Kazakhstan. There's Maxim Maximov from Bulgaria. He was down initially on an earlier heat, but they've changed things around.
Go
Huisman.
to the start.
There's Kran.
Ready.
Repechage quarterfinal, Heat 5. Now underway. That's the skater from the Netherlands. The men's team for the Dutch looking for maybe a new bit of leadership too. Sinky Connect is listed as an alternate this weekend, so he's not racing. It's Maximov in second from Bulgaria. It's Mohamed Bozdag of Turkey there at the back.
Number 133 currently sitting in his position, that is Mohamed Bozdag.
And Ivan Martinic of Croatia finishing the field. But it is Huisman in front ahead of Khan. Not really many moves through this one with 3 laps to go. Tempo really picking up. There's one at the back with Bozdag moving into 4th, but he has a lot of work to do to close in on the top 3. 2 laps, 1.5 laps to go. It's the skater from the Netherlands and Kazakhstan. 1, 2. They're really only 2 in the running, Huisman and Kvan. And it's going to be wire to wire. Kai Huisman winning that heat. I don't think that will need much of a second look. He led from the gun. And it never really had to look on what was going on behind him. Like he will go into the repechage semifinal as well. Confirmation, Kvan now also sits to wait, but there is just one more repechage quarterfinal still to go. And it features, well, a pretty big name who just missed, there it is, Liu Shaolin of China just missed direct qualification yesterday in a photo finish. He finished 3rd in his heat. 27-year-old. Still getting used to that red suit.
Go to the start. Ready.
Getting to the front this time is Radek Fajkus from the Czech Republic. Liu now going into the front. We'll see if he's just going to take no chances this time.
And wearing number 63, currently sitting in fifth position from Germany, Ben Jones.
Fedorenko from Ukraine, Wara Van Dam from Belgium,
Skater now representing China, that is Liu Shaolin. Shaolin is known
and
for
Jung Yan Hun
Hungary in the last
from Germany.
three-time Olympian, two-time Olympic medalist currently in this race. This is going to be a tough one.
And we saw his sister competing earlier. Part of that family move, the Jung family move from Korea to Germany. Both of them now competing for the German team, but he's sitting at the back. We're watching the front. Liu in front, still in charge. Fajkus challenging him a little bit, the 22-year-old, but Liu is very, very experienced. He's, of course, won at every level while competing for Hungary. He's not really leaving anything to chance, and there's a crash at the back. It's Van Dam and Fedorenko going down. And there's Liu comfortably this time, not going to leave anything to chance. And there's probably much more to come from that man today and over the course of the weekend. Nod of the head from the coach. That's what we wanted. Here's a look at the crash. Not really threatening Liu's position, and he avoids all that drama this time. And not even really breathing too heavily.
Ceci met fin à la distance de la ronde de quart de finale repêchage pour la distance de 1000 mètres. J'aimerais prendre la chance de remercier nos partenaires. Un merci à ISU, Patinage de vitesse Canada, Patinage de vitesse Québec, Gouvernement du Canada, Gouvernement du Québec, la Ville de Montréal, Tourisme Montréal.
And whenever we see the man at the wall, you know he's chatting about the replay, so we will take a quick little look here.
Aussi, dans la dernière course, penalty given in the previous race to skater number 80 from Ukraine, Danilo Fedorenko. In the end of the straight, inside failure to give way.
And there is the announcement of the penalized skater. It's Fedorenko,
21 a.m. Les courses reprendront
a
à
21-year-old from Ukraine who will be penalized, so it doesn't affect the top standing. There it is. Liu Shaolin comfortably into the repechage semifinal. Radek Fajkus of the Czech Republic, his time not good enough for second place. Or in second place to qualify. There is a look at the collision again, failing to give way, and that was the end result with those two going down. And we'll take a break. The women's 1500 meter repechage quarterfinals. I will see you again in just over 15 minutes. Talk to you soon.
unites the global skating community around learning via a dynamic e-learning platform. Join us if you're a skater, coach, official, or involved in skating. From small bike skating courses to courses from leading skating professionals from around the world, there's something for everyone. Want to learn more on rules and regulations, or want to improve your techniques and training methods? We've got you covered. Whether you're at home, on the go, or at the rink, access e-rink from anywhere. Stay informed, connected, and on top of your game. It's fun, free, and only one click away. Join us today to keep learning and take your skills to the next level.
The lights are back up at the Maurice Richard Arena in Montreal, in the east end of Montreal. Skaters back up, getting ready for more repechage races. This will be the women's 1,500 meter repechage quarterfinal. 3 heats. 2 of the races have 6 racers. 1 of them has 5.
Just less than 1 minute away from the start of
Well, less than a minute to go. The first and second place racers from each race, and then the third place skater the fastest time. 1 third place skater will also move on to the repechage semi-final. Here's the start list for heat number 1. Kim Hyo-jin of Australia, Park Ji-won of Korea, Didi van Oorschot of the Netherlands, Alina Ashgalieva of Kazakhstan, Anna Falkowska of Poland, and Ricky Doak of Canada. As always with the 1,500, a little bit more of a pedestrian start, let's just say. They have no reason to really go out urgently. 13 and a half laps. And if you go out too hard, odds are you are burning all your matches early. And it's almost a battle to see who wants to go into the lead first. And it's Doak, who turns 25 years old next week, the 27th. Ashgalieva of Kazakhstan in the front. And now it's Kim from Australia moving into the lead. Born in Seoul, moved to Australia, now lives in Sydney, 27 years old. Of course, Australia short trackers, I'd like to think, is one of the best moments in Winter Olympic history. Steve Bradbury's famous 2002 against the odds win when everyone crashed in front of him around the final turn, and he was drifting off the back and crossed the line first, arms outstretched in shock. He was as shocked as we all were. But I will forever associate Australian short track with one of my favorite moments in Olympic history. At the front now, Ashgalieva. 7 laps to go. Things will start to pick up. It is Kim. And here comes Doak from Fredericton, New Brunswick on the east coast. If you're wanting to know your Canadian geography, it's just east of Quebec. And it is actually Canada's only official bilingual province, English and French. But Doak now living in Montreal and on the front here. Now they're all queuing up behind her. Here comes Van Oorschot of the Netherlands, making a move into second, trying to get in front. Doak trying to hold her off. She fends off one challenge. Expect Van Oorschot to come again. Like many Dutch skaters, got her start in long track. Doak and Van Oorschot looking your favorites to come 1-2. 2 laps to go. They're going to come up to the bell. 42 kilometers an hour. Doak with a bit of an advantage being pulled out. She might in the end comfortably cruise across the line. And Van Oorschot coming under a challenge from Park. Apologies for the graphical mistake there. There's the bell. 1 lap to go. And it's Doak, regardless of when the finish is, right there. Easily across, and Van Oorschot in second. There will be a review. And Doak. There's Marc Gagnon, Canadian coach. Canadian great on the ice as well. Multiple-time Olympic medalist. And it was Kim at the front early. Doak just biding her time, very much just like Stephen Dubois did, her teammate in the men's 1,000 meters not too long ago. Just waited for the right moment and then put her stamp on the race. And there she goes, all the way around into second, and then on the very next straightaway into the lead for good. All of Doak's individual medals on World Cup have come in the 500 meters. Doak and Van Oerschaat 1-2, automatically qualifying. Park Ji-won will have to wait and see if her third place time will hold up.
Set up.
Second heat already on the line. Petra Vankova of the Czech Republic, Gabriela Topolska of Poland, Eunice Lee of the United States, Lang Qing-Yan of Hong Kong, and Lisa Eckstein of Germany.
Ready.
And it's Eckstein off the front early. That German program looking for perhaps some new leadership. Anna Seidel taking some time away, so the opportunity is there for a German skater to really lead that team. Eunice Lee right behind her. 18-year-old American, born in San Diego, moved to South Korea and then back to the Seattle, Washington area of the Pacific Northwest. That part of the U.S. doesn't see much snow except in the mountains, but there's some good short trackers coming out of that part of the world, in and around Seattle and Bellevue. And it's Lam from Hong Kong taking into the lead, still feeling each other out right now. Still the exploratory stage, you feel. But now Vankova, little burst of pace, moves right to the front. Lee right behind her. Vankova, 24 years old. And now it's Topolska. She takes a turn at the front, and now she puts on a bit of the speed.
She now is in front, 5 laps to go.
Down to the final 5.
Finishing one of those top 2 spots. The top 2 skaters.
Top 2, and then third, and there is a crash. It's Lee, who's, I think she stayed on her skates, but it's Lam from China, or from Hong Kong rather, who went down. Lee is also really out of the picture, so it's down to your 3 there. Topolska, Vankova, Eckstein. So those top 2 places are guaranteed. Third will be time, and then there could also be advances. Into the bell lap, and it's Vankova from the Czech Republic checking in front. Topolska right behind her. And it's Topolska across the line, second behind Vankova. Eckstein in third. Good move up the inside by Vankova to take the lead. Her best result individually on World Cup. There's a collision, and Vankova was involved, so we'll see what may come of that. But she jumps around Topolska there. And Vankova, her best individual result in a World Cup was 14th in a 1500 meters in one of the races in Almaty. There is Lamb, there's our officials, always something we see a lot. Always want to make sure everyone finishes where they deserved to have. Looks like the rulings are made. Let's see what's said. Look at Vankova. Her kit still says Czech Republic. I know their hockey team prefers to go by Czechia. It's always an interesting discussion on whether it is the Czech Republic or Czechia. Park's time, 2:44. The one to beat right now. And that has been beaten. Eckstein gets the new third fastest time. Vankova and Topolska, no change in the top two. And Eckstein now has the fastest third place time. Shared responsibility, so no penalty for that collision. They both kind of bumped into each other. Heat number 3, and well, it's a young heat. The oldest skater, Juliana Dubrova, 21 years old. And the youngest, there are two 16-year-old skaters here. They're already on the line.
Start. Ready.
Yeah, look at there. The first one, Angel Daleman from the Netherlands. Also a world champion in long track. Also does inline skating. So if it's anything skate related and going fast, Daleman's up there, and she's probably very good. Other skaters, obviously, in this heat: Grace Lee of the United States, Svetlana Repechage of Ukraine, Uliana Dubrova, also of Ukraine, and Diana Vegi of Hungary, and Chloé Olivier from France. And so I'll run through the ages. Daleman, 16, if you felt like dating yourself. Lee is 17, Repechage 19, Dubrova 21, Vegi 16, and Olivier 19. And it is Olivier in front. And most of this field, is a fun little aside, Montreal, they're right near the Olympic Stadium, 1976 Olympics. For many years afterwards, there was a professional baseball team, the Expos. They left in 2004, and most of the racers in this heat would be unaware that such a team ever existed. A little regional anecdote. Anyway, let's get back to it. Daleman in front from the Netherlands. Olivier of France in second. Lee in third. It looks like it's going to be those three skating away from Dubrova, Repechage, and Vegi. And Olivier in front now. That French team has had some pretty good skaters over the years, the likes of Thibaut Fauconnet. Although Olivier, born in Longueuil, Quebec, so just across the river from Montreal. And it's Olivier and Daleman, 1-2, getting the bell. And they will comfortably take this one, and we'll see if the third place time for Lee is fast enough. It may just be. Here's Olivier, who now lives in Font-Romeu in France. As I mentioned, born in the Montreal area. And she is taking the lead. Her and Daleman had a good battle there for the top 2 spots. Grace Lee, 17-year-old out of the U.S., right behind them as well. And so I don't think there was anything that needed a review, and odds are at least the top 2 will move into the repechage semifinal. We'll just await confirmation there. Repechage semi-final going in, well, about an hour. And there you go. All 3 qualify. Olivier, Daleman, and Lee. That was a faster heat by a good little margin there. And so 3 qualifiers. 16 years old, 19 years old, and 17 years old. So the older hands had better watch out. The youngsters are coming. Now it's the men's 1,500 meters. And this one has 6 heats. Let's look at Balázs Bontovics of Hungary. We'll go through the rest of the starters in just a moment, once they get the race underway.
Everybody on the line. Go to the start. Ready.
And just to run through 6 men in this first repechage quarterfinal heat, it's Balázs Bontovics of Hungary on the front, Liu Zhanshuo of Hong Kong, Wesley Yates of Great Britain, Nathan Thomas from Poland, Stefan Alexander Kumurjev from Bulgaria, and Mateusz Mikołajczuk from Poland. And in the men's 1,500, first and second place from each heat, and 2 fastest third place skaters will qualify for the repechage semi-final. It's Thomas, who is originally from Alberta out in Western Canada, in the lead. Inspired to actually take up speed skating after watching the 2010 Olympics in Vancouver. You'll probably find that a lot for Canadian athletes. Thomas, his mother is Polish, and so that's how he gets the citizenship. He's 21 years old. Right behind him, Liu, 18-year-old from that small but growing Hong Kong short track team. And Kumurjev of Bulgaria in third, 18 years old. Another Canadian-born athlete in this field is Wesley Yates, born in Guelph, Ontario. He is now skating for Great Britain, number 23. And it's Thomas still in front, trying to get one of those top 2 qualifying spots. 4 laps to go. Things will really start to heat up now. And it's Bontovics chasing Thomas. Liu also in the mix there. And there, Bontovics moves into the lead. That Hungarian team. And Liu into second. Nice move from him. Hong Kong, China, Liu Zhanshuo. They will come up to the belts. Those 2 with some daylight. It's Yates trying to close things down, get right back into the mix for one of those automatic spots. He's going to come up just short. It's Bontovics and Liu, 1-2. Wesley Yates in third. Thomas leading for so long. Ultimately, though, he comes up short. Kumurjev of... Pardon me, Bontovics of Hungary taking that one. Confirmation, Wesley Yates will now have to sit and wait to see if his third place time holds up. Kumurjev fourth, Thomas and Mikolayuk, the two Polish skaters, in fifth and sixth. Second heat, just around the corner here, will feature two Austrian skaters, Tobias Wolf and Nico Andermann. Robin Bendig of Germany, Enzo Proust of Belgium, Aybek Nassin of Kazakhstan, and Clemens Propper, also of Germany.
Ready.
And so a lot of German speakers in this race. 2 from Austria, 2 from Germany. 13 laps, 13 and a half laps total. Propper is 20 years old. Tobias Wolf right behind him is 18.
Austria, 2 skaters from Germany, 1 Belgian and 1 skater from Kazakhstan. Representing Austria, we have number 19, Tobias Wolf. Also representing Austria, number 16.
Wolf is from Weiss in Austria, and his teammate Andermann is from Vienna. And look at this, a bit of a tactic here. Perhaps trying something new. It's Proust of Belgium trying his luck. And the others, let's see if the group will chase him. I like it. I like seeing something different like this. It's a matter of holding things off. 9 laps to go. Proust, 22nd is his best ever World Cup result in a 500 in Almaty last year. The 21-year-old, and he's got about a half a lap on the field. 7 laps to go. You often see a slow start, picking up speed as they go, and there is a crash, and that is everybody. Just about everybody. And we will have to sort this out, I'm sure, but Proust, in the end, his tactics pay off, and there looked to be a bit of an injury there. Andermann, you hope he's okay. And his teammate, Wolf, caught up in it. And now Proust starting to feel it, and he is passed by Bendig and Nassin. How many laps are going? He's trying to count in his head. 2 laps to go. The legs on Proust must be screaming at him right now. Nassin and Bendig 1-2. And there is the bell. And you see Andermann, I think that's him on the inside there, watching him. But it's Nassin who comes back and takes that one. Bendig second. And Proust will finish third. And so going to have to keep track of what just happened there. It was a lot. A race like that I would not have had on my things that I would expect to have a long range attack by one of the skaters in Proust. Kudos to him for trying. There's the collision. Blades were pretty high there. Obviously hope everyone's okay. And just incidental contact between the Austrian teammates. Andermann feeling it. And then Proust, just not much energy left as the 2 other skaters went right by him.
Unfortunately, did not work out in his favor this time, so we will need to wait here on the official results. Ça nous devons attendre les résultats officiels de la part de la bête en chef. La dernière course.
Well, of course, fix some of the ice there. There's likely some divots were made. We'll see if the high-tech equipment, that being a fire extinguisher, comes out to help freeze the ice. There's a look at our quarterfinal repechage winner, Aybek Nassin, and the review. Oof. We'll see if anyone does get advanced from this. That's not a good sign, checking the dental work. Not for the faint of heart. Skate blades and teeth. Watch out. Review taking a little bit of time here, but it looks like there is a pretty good patchwork on the ice that's needed. Looks like a ruling's about to be made. What can you get from his notes? Next heater already on the ice, as Italy's Thomas Natalini, the young Filipino skater Peter Joseph Grosclose, Wesley Park, Luca Speckenhauser from Italy, Ryan McAnuff from Ireland, and Timofili Kokelko. But let's see the rulings here. The two Austrian skaters did not finish. Nobody punished. Ibek Nassen, Robin Bendig, and Enzo Proust. 1, 2, and 3 in Proust after launching the ambitious attack. We'll see if his time will hold up. Two skaters there, shared responsibility, both of them bumping into each other. And then the third skater unfortunately caught up behind it. Here's a look at that next start list. Grosclose, the lone entrant from the Philippines. McAnuff, one of two skaters from the Emerald Isle.
Quick announcement for those that are around this side of the ice, please make sure to not keep anything on the mats. You are not allowed to keep any sort of material on the
And
mats in case of
McAnuff, another one of the Canadian-born skaters, born in Oakville, just outside Toronto.
Go to the start. Ready.
I'm a fan of that Irish team kit and the orange, white, and green helmet of the Irish flag. And it's McAnuff who is out in front. Grosclose right behind him, who is actually born in the U.S., Tarzana, California, who lives in Virginia now.
Number 81 from the USA, Wesley Park. Also from Italy, number 37.
And two Italians, Natalini and Speckenhauser. Speckenhauser from up north, close to the borders with Liechtenstein and Austria. So I mentioned it yesterday. It's a very German-sounding name, Speckenhauser.
He is originally from Oakville, Ontario. Skated for a while at the Sherbrooke Speed Skating Club, about 2 hours from here. And now back at the Marsh Sharp Arena. He's sitting in
Wesley Park, 20 years old, lives in Salt Lake City. No stops, I think, in Salt Lake this year on the World Cup circuit, but a regular host for both long and short track events. Speckenhauser now in front. Speckenhauser does have a bronze medal last season from Dordrecht in the Netherlands. That was in 1,000 meters. His only other World Cup medal is in a relay bronze men's relay in Beijing. 21-22. But now it's Natalini in front, leading Speckenhauser. Grossclose tucked up right behind him, and it's the youngster Grossclose moving into second, and here comes Park also moving into third, and that shuffles Natalini down to fourth. Speckenhauser still leading the way. Top two go into the repechage semifinal, and then back comes Natalini to make it 1-2 Italy once again. And there is the bell, and it looks like the two Italian skaters are going to carry the flag to the line. Nice bit of skating by Natalini to see his position disappear and then come back to second. It's Speckenhauser and Natalini 1-2. Park sneaks in for third ahead of Grossclose. There was a little yellow light up there in the corner, so we will see if anything gets reviewed as we look at the replay. This one's also taking a few moments. Looks like everything is sorted though. Saw the official skating away from the wall. And there is actually a penalized skater. It is Wesley Park of the U.S. So that moves Grossclose into third, and we'll see if his time for the young 16-year-old will be enough. We'll get a look at that, the incident that led to the penalization. Inside skater failing to give way, comes up on the inside, and yeah, that was right on the last lap. And perhaps a little too ambitious trying to make that move, leaving it very late and forcing Grossclose out wide. Heat number 4. Here's a look at the start list. Metehan Atan of Turkey, Liam O'Brien of Ireland, Zdenek Sejbal of the Czech Republic, Peter Murphy of Luxembourg, and Mela Vantwout of the Netherlands, and Maxime Laoun of Canada.
Go to the start. Ready.
Not something you see every day. False start in a 1,500 meter race.
Skaters will move back to the line for 8-second restart in this race.
And so not sure if it was actually ruled a false start.
Position 1.
Maybe it is.
Penalty. Crossing the line.
And there it is. It is a false start. A ton.
Everybody move down. Find your dots.
No second chances here. False start. Penalty.
Go.
Not sure he agrees with that ruling. That moves Liam O'Brien into position 1.
Ready.
This time they are away cleanly, and Laoun of Canada quick off the line. His individual expertise really lies in the 500 meters.
fourth quarterfinal race. Nous avons 6 patineurs portant le numéro 76 de la Turquie, malheureusement.
Winner of the Salt Lake World Cup last year in the 500. All his other medals on World Cup have come in the relay, and it is Peter Murphy, the lone skater from Luxembourg, leading things out. A small nation in Western Europe that borders just about everybody. And it's O'Brien of Ireland right behind him. O'Brien actually born in Sydney, Australia, and he lives in Seongnam in Korea. So crisscrossing the globe for him. Born in Sydney, competes for Ireland, lives in Korea. And his sister actually represented Australia in figure skating. So interesting trajectory for O'Brien, who is 24 years old. But at the front, Van Het Wout, the younger brother of Jens Van Het Wout, leading the way. Laun right behind him. Pushed by O'Brien into third ahead of Sejpal. And Laun, 4 laps to go, closing up behind Van Het Wout. And there he makes the move up the inside and makes it stick. Timed it just perfectly. And Laun now driving things at the front, wanting to put this one to bed, at least get one of the top 2 spots. The 27-year-old from Montreal hears the bell. Van Het Wout right behind him. And O'Brien leading the charge for third. And it's Laun, Van Het Wout. And I think O'Brien just hung on for third. And I think that time might put him in the running for that third place. Another look at Marc Gagnon. Bit of a bump there between Murphy and O'Brien, but everybody stayed on their feet, and that was the move by Van Het Wout that put him provisionally in the lead. But then Laun, textbook, snuck up right behind him, made the move, took the lead, and won the race. Laun was the oldest man in that race. There's the kick out for third. Well, just a few hundredths of a second. And O'Brien hangs on for third and has a clock next to his name, so he is on the hot seat for one of those third. Sounds like they're all lined up. There's a look at the start list. Friso Emons of the Netherlands, Peter Jasapati of Hungary, Martin Kolenc of Croatia, Yang Chen Rui of Hong Kong, Denis Nikisha of Kazakhstan, and Tristan Navarro of France.
Go to the start. Ready.
Cleanly away. Nikisha, really the leader of this Kazakhstan team, but all of his World Cup medals have come via the 500 or the relay. Famously won gold in Almaty last year, then proposed, and she said yes, by the way. And the win in Almaty last year was his first since the 2016-2017 season. So with that sprinter's pedigree, we'll see if Nikisha just sort of waits until late. And it's Navarro from France, from Reims, which is the, well, it's Champagne country. Closing in on the border with Belgium. And now Amons decides to go to the front from Tilburg. He's 24 years old. Actually finished third in the 1500 meter World Cup classification last year, did Amons. So a lot of fourth places. He didn't actually finish on the podium at all last year on World Cup, but all his various fourth place finishes picked up enough points to give him third place in the overall. Obviously fourth place in this race would mean elimination, but coming up. 2-3 laps to go. Still Amons, Yasapati behind him, and then a bit of a gap. Navarro trying to close the gap in third place. Now Nikisha goes. 2 laps to go. Here is his late kick. That sprinter speed that he has. Nikisha right up behind the front two. There's the bell. Has he left it too late? It's Amons, it's Yashapati, but then here comes Nikisha sneaking into second place. All very close, 1 through 4. But there's Friso Amons, unofficially the winner of this one. Nice move by Nikisha late. Just using that finishing kick to sneak into second place. We'll see if it's all confirmed. Indeed it is. Yasapati now waiting to see if his third place time holds up. Very, very close. First 4 within 7/10 of a second. Of course, that's a long way in short track, but it actually was a very, very close heat. And one more 1500 meter heat to go. Heat 6, there's the start list. Etienne Bastier of France, Davideos Chemper of Italy, Itzhak Dalat of the Netherlands, Jordan Pierre-Gilles of Canada, Tariq Omoragic from Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Yaroslav Morozov from Ukraine.
Ready.
See, they change around those start lines just so that they don't get so chewed up with so many races starting there. And so they, of course, move the start line and the finish line accordingly. And it's Morozov, the 19-year-old from Ukraine, out in front early. Bastier from France right behind him. Bastier's only international medal was a bronze in the relay at World Juniors in 2022. Pierre-Gilles, his only individual medal for Canada last year, coming in Almaty, a silver in the 1,000 meters. Very upbeat person, is likes to say, "Don't worry, be happy." Of course, the famous Bobby McFerrin song. But at the front right now, Morozov from Ukraine. Gastier, two 19-year-olds sitting right at the front. Davide Os Cemper of Italy is 21. He slides into second place, and I do wonder, there is a cyclist named Daniel Os, who's Italian. I've been able to do the research to see if there's a relation, but there's a bit of a bump. Omeragic, skater from Bosnia, in fourth, and there is Pierre Gilles in front. But Delat comes back to take the lead. And it's Omeragic in third, the only skater from Bosnia and Herzegovina entered in Montreal. It's Zach Delat. Speed has really picked up, 43 kilometers an hour. 2 laps to go. It's Delat and Pierre Gilles 1-2, but there are 5 skaters all with a chance of getting into that top 2. And there's the bell. Is there a bit of daylight? Nobody's really right up tight to make a move, so it's Delat, it's Pierre Gilles, and it is just sneaking in for third, Os. Omeragic tried late, but I think his kick out at the line came just short. Omeragic tried. Don't think he was successful, though. There's Itzhak Delat. There's Jordan Pierre Gilles, the 25-year-old from Sherbrooke. There we go. Os, his time good enough to advance in third place, behind Jordan Pierre Gilles and Itzhak Delat, the automatic qualifiers. Omeragic just under 3/100ths of a second, as they will come back to resurface the ice. And that means it's break time, and coming up after they resurface will be the Repechage semifinals, the women and then the men. That is in just under 15 minutes. Talk to you soon.
We are here to celebrate the first inaugural World Ice Skating Day. And World Ice Skating Day is a single day specifically to celebrate the fun and the joy of ice skating across the globe. Lots of fun, lots of smiles, and a great way to celebrate this first day of World Ice Skating.
Skaters back out. 1,000 meter women's repechage semi-final. And in this one, there is just one heat. And so, the winner will qualify. It looks like, from the way I understand my reading it, the second place one will as well. But I'll just wait for the graphics to go up at the end, just for confirmation of that. And this is just to move into the quarterfinals themselves. So, extra fatigue to be sure. We'll go through the start list as the racers get whistled to come to the line. There's Wang Yi of China, Sarah Baksky of Hungary, Julie Lataille of the United States, Aurélie Levesque and Gwendoline Daudet of France, and Hana Takahashi of Japan.
Ready.
There's Wang Yi. She was, as I mentioned, 4th in this event at the World Junior Championships just last season. And it is the two skaters from France in this 9-lap race at the front. It's Levesque and Daudet. Daudet, 23rd in this event at the Olympics in Beijing. Levesque is from Grenoble, lovely alpine city in the southeastern part of France. And Daudet in the lead. She is 24 years old. Lataille, United States, out of Boston, is in second. And Baksky of Hungary now sliding up into second place. 4 laps to go. And still Daudet in front. Wang sitting back in 5th. There's a move by Levesque that sort of forced Lataille out wide. She slid back into 5th place. Not sure if that'll get a look, but it's Daudet in front. Now here comes Wang making her move. 1.5 laps to go. She hits the front and starts to open up a gap, and she's just going to put on the afterburners. But here comes Takahashi a little bit to try to get second, but Wang very, very easily in the end, crossing in first, and then it's a photo finish for second. Baksky and Takahashi. And it is going to go to a photo for that second place finish. May have been Takahashi coming up there at the line. We will check the photo, and yes, by that much, just under 0.03 of a second. As Wang, the winner, she'll move into the quarterfinals going later on today. Get a bit of a break anyway. Now, the men's 1,000 meter repechage semi. They're going to review something here from the previous race.
Number 53 from Hungary, number 124 from Kazakhstan, Mercedes Saksavaya, and wearing 101 from China, Liu Xiaolin.
You just heard our in-arena announcer announcing the start list for the next race, the repechage semifinal Heat 1. just the winner of the men's race will move on. There's no second fastest, no any of that. And just looking at the start lists, and Liu Xiaolin and Stephen Dubois are in separate heats. So perhaps tailor-made favorites. Had they been together in the same repechage semi, that would have been a very deep field. And the results handed in. See if there's any announcements, any changes. The two penalized ones, Sarah Backsky and Aurélie Levesque, doesn't affect the top two. So Wang and Takahashi moving on to the quarterfinal later on this afternoon. And at least we can say, well, they'll be warmed up and ready to go. An illegal late pass here by Levesque. That's where she forced Latai out wide. That's penalty number one. And then the other one kicking out at the line. Oh, and that did affect the finish. Pardon me, that's Backsky. She was not able to, she was off balance there on the kick at the line. But it didn't affect the top two because I believe Takahashi was still in second. There is the first heat now. Tracy of Great Britain, Andrew Hyo of the United States, Bense Nogradi of Hungary, Merced Zaksbayev of Kazakhstan, and the one and only Liu Xiaolin.
Ready.
Tracy with an impressive race in the quarterfinal of the repechage. And he leads from the front, but then look out. Here comes a red rocket right around the outside. Not able to make it though. Hyo keeping Liu in fourth place. And loses a bit of balance there. It's still Tracy, an economics major at the University of Nottingham. Certainly the family business, the Tracys, to compete in World Cup. Now Xiaolin trying again. Liu this time into second, but you can only advance by winning the race, so he still has one more to go. And nice work by Hyo to get back in front of Liu. Tracy still leading. Liu trying to go again, and now he makes his move on the inside. There's a bump. Tracy thrown off. And I'm not sure if that's going to, well, it will get reviewed, and we will await the decision, but Liu still in front. Nogradi in second. Zaksbayev in third. And we'll see if these results will hold at the bell. It's Liu coming around to take first place. It's a reach for second. Zaksbayev and Nogradi there in second. But although if there's any penalization of first place, then they would move into the winning position. So we'll await the ruling. And we will see a smile from Liu. And they're announcing the second heat. So while they rule that one too, let's take a look at the second heat. Stephen Dubois of Canada, Sébastien Lepape of France, Kai Huisman of the Netherlands, Anton Kwan of Kazakhstan, and Ward Peter of Belgium. This one is taking a few minutes. Looks like decisions have been made, and we await the word. There's the incident. Tracy did kind of lean in there on Liu.
Results are official. No call. Liu Shaolin moving on to the main
And
event.
no call. So, Liu advances. Zaksabayev did get second, but just by 3 thousandths of a second over Nogradi. But it's just P1 that matters most. There's a look at the second heat start list for the men's repechage 1,000 meters. Here's a look at Dubois.
Go to the start. Ready.
And it is Huisman of the Netherlands taking the early lead, but already jostling for position. Le Pape. He was chasing a lot in that last race in his quarterfinal. Maybe a change of tactics here. But just as I say that, he slips down into third, and it's Peter of Belgium. And then a bump between Peter. Is he going to stay on? He is, but he's lost all his speed. He was just on one skate, hanging precariously, about to crash into the boards. And there will be a review there. But it is Le Pape and Dubois in front. It was Huisman who had the little interaction there with Peter. That one will be reviewed. But it's Le Pape looking to add to his lone solo 1,000 meter medal in Dresden in 2019. He also had a bronze in a 500 meter race in Toronto in 2015-2016. It's Le Pape. It's Kwan now in second. Dubois making a move on the outside, and he makes that one stick. Dubois timing it just right once again, and now just turning on the afterburners, getting out above the fray, and Dubois comfortably taking that one in the end. Copy and paste his tactic from the repechage quarterfinal. Wait for your moment. Let them have the drama in front. And then bang. The big move by Dubois at the right moment, and then gets a little stretch in the legs to cross the line. And Dubois back into the quarterfinal, pending the review here.
Avec toute l'action dans la dernière course, elle est encore à la reprise still. So previous race is still being reviewed by the chief referee here, looking at a couple of the moves.
Dubois, winner of the 500 meters in Montreal last year, second in the 1,500 meters. And then he also won a silver medal in the 1,000 in Almaty in Kazakhstan. So we'll just await official confirmation before we say Steven Dubois into the quarterfinal.
Number 55 from the USA, Grace C. 66 from the Czech Republic, Petra Vankova. Number 33 from Poland, Gabriela Topolska. Wearing number 87 from the Netherlands, Didier Van Oorschot.
And there it is. Confirmation. Steven Dubois into the quarterfinals, going later on this afternoon, ahead of Huisman and Le Pape. So he will be back to compete later on this afternoon. And now the women's 1,500 meter repechage semifinal. There's the list. Chloe Olivier, Angel Daleman, Grace Lee, There is Olivier right there. Dalen, the youngster, immensely talented in anything involving skates. I had to go to the second row. Didi van Oorschot of the Netherlands, the other Dutch skater there. Grace Lee of the United States, Petra Vankova of the Czech Republic, Gabriela Topolska of Poland, and Canada's Ricky Doak. So a very young field. And they are skating for 2 places, the winner and the best fastest time, second place. And since there is only one heat, that would be second place. That is Olivier moving up now. Born in Canada. In Longueuil, and if you know the Montreal area, it's just across the river, the St. Lawrence River. And there is Doak of Fredericton, New Brunswick. And there is a spill. I think that's Vankova who's down. Looks to have been self-caused, but I'm sure they'll have a look at it just in case. Now here comes the move. The 2 Dutch women. And there's some bumping in there. Daleman, the 16-year-old. Obviously, every race at the international level for a skater like Daleman is going to prove just invaluable experience. And apart from perhaps the mass start in long track, something she's not used to from her long track skating side of things. So every race, all sorts of valuable information. Doak still leading ahead of Van Oorschot and Daleman. Of course, Van Oorschot also with long track experience. But there's Olivier sliding into third. 3 laps to go. Still Doak, the Canadian, leading the way ahead of Didi van Oorschot of the Netherlands. Olivier still within fighting distance there. She tries a move into second. Olivier, can she make this one stick? Very close quarters with Doak, and Doak's able to stay on her feet. It's Doak, it's Van Oorschot, it's Olivier. Olivier's going to try one final time at the line. Doak is going to take it, and I think Van Oorschot slides in for second. There is a look at the photo. Doak, Van Oorschot, and Olivier. That close. Separating the spots in the quarterfinal. And those going home. Or at least going home for the day. Already announcing there's a look at the results. Van Oorschot, Doak moving on. Now, the men's 1500 repechage semifinal. 2 heats. And heat number 1 has a couple of Canadians. It is Maxime Laoun, Melle Van Het Wout, Jordan Pierre Gilles, Liam O'Brien, Denis Nikisha of Kazakhstan, Balázs Bontovics of Hungary, and Luca Speckenhauser of Italy. And you would say maybe there will be some team tactics between the Canadians here, but only one place in the quarterfinal, so maybe they'll agree to be friends for a while, and then all bets are off. And Nikisha, talked about him earlier, a lot of his results are 500 meters. And we'll see if what he does, what he did in the last race, which is hang in, and then just put on the afterburners and use that sprinter's kick at the end. It's Laoun, another one whose individual accomplishments largely relate to the 500 meters. Bontovics of Hungary now, and O'Brien of Ireland. O'Brien, the Sydney-born, South Korea residing Irishman. He's now in front ahead of Laoun. And getting a little squeeze there, O'Brien and Laoun. Now Laoun slides back to 5th. Pierre Gilles is in 6th. A lot of work to do. Speckenhauser leading the way. Bontovics coming up, and there's more close quarters racing. And here comes the move. Pierre Gilles from Sherbrooke moving forward. His lone individual medal last year came in a 1,000-meter race. And another move by Pierre Gilles into 3rd as Speckenhauser takes the lead into the final few laps. 2 to go. Speckenhauser, Bontovics, and now Pierre Gilles moves to the front, trying to get around Speckenhauser. There's the bell. The two Canadians splitting him around the front. Speckenhauser sandwiched between them. And there is a collision. 3 go down. And in the end, I think it's Laoun who takes it. Van Het Wout in 2nd. Nikisha also making a late push going down. And there will be some rulings to await here. That was the first thing likely to get reviewed. Collision between O'Brien and Pierre Gilles. And then right at the end, this might be the incident. Pierre Gilles, Laoun, Speckenhauser all there. No, they all made it through, so that's not what is getting reviewed. That one is. And we'll see what they say. Laoun with the celebration. I think he remained above the fray. Of course, just top 1, but we'll see if there are some advancements in the end. Still no ruling just yet. A lot to sort through in this one. The second heat. Here's a look back. And Nikisha, did Nikisha go into Speckenhauser, who went into Pierre Gilles? they sort that out, we have the second heat start list. There's Itzhak Dalat of the Netherlands, Davide Os of Italy, Friso Emons of the Netherlands, Lu Jianshuo of Hong Kong, Thomas Natalini of Italy, Aybek Nassan of Kazakhstan, and Robin Bendig of Germany. And let's see if we get a ruling for the first heat. After this race, there will be another resurface, and then we have two mixed team relay semifinals. There's Laoun. Pierre Gilles is the one ultimately penalized, but that doesn't affect Laoun winning that first semifinal ahead of Van Terwout. Van Hetwout? Didn't give space, apparently. Did Pierre Gilles? And Laoun declared the winner as he finished on the ice. And there is the start list. Dalat, Os, Emons, Lu, Natalini, Nassan, and Bendig. One place in the quarterfinals this afternoon. And it is Dalat getting off the line first, but of course, not much urgency off the line in this one. Dalat, his medals individually are mostly in the 1,000. He has a lot of relay hardware, nothing from the 1,500 meters. He is 29 years old. And it's Natalini who worked so well in the last race with Speckenhauser to make it Italy 1-2, but now it's Lu from Hong Kong, China in the lead right now. Expect this one to be more of a traditional 1,500 meters with the speed picking up, unless someone decides to be inspired by Enzo Proust in the last round and go on the attack. 8 laps to go. I think this one's just going to be more of your normal strategy. And it's Nassan, who's the beneficiary of some crashes in the last race. Just stay on your feet in short track, and you never know what's going to happen. That's a great move on the outside by Emons. Os right behind him. Coming up to see 4 laps to go. The speed ramping up over 45 kilometers an hour. It's Emons, it's Os, and it's Dalat. 1, 2, 3. There's a spill, and Lu goes down. I think he was mostly on his own. Didn't appear to be any contact. And now it's 1-2 for the Dutch as Dalat moves into second, battling his teammate. Emons still leading the way. Dalat right behind him. Os losing touch. Natalini also right there, but it's 1-2 for the Dutch. We'll see. Dalat has to challenge his teammate for the win. Just the one spot in the quarters. Dalat can't quite do it, and Emons looks like he has that one in the bag. Dalat coming up just short. And the 25-year-old from Tilburg, Friso Emons, looks to, provisionally anyway, have advanced into the quarterfinals.
a reminder that we are almost done the morning session. At the end of the morning session, everyone will
Delat, you see a slap on the leg there. Was disappointed he wasn't able to get around his teammate. Confirmation of the results. Emons with the 1 spot, moving into the quarterfinals later today. Itzhak Delat, Thomas Natalini, and Davide Os 2, 3, and 4. And we will be taking another break shortly. You see the ice resurfacer is out. 2 more races to come in this morning session on day 1 of the ISU Short Track World Cup in Montreal. Mixed relay semifinals coming up in about 15 minutes and 2 more races. Talk to you soon.
E-Link unites the global skating community around learning via a dynamic e-learning platform. Join us if you're a skater, coach, official, or involved in skating. From small bike skating courses to courses from leading skating professionals from around the world, there's something for everyone. Want to learn more on rules and regulations, or want to improve your techniques and training methods? We've got you covered. Whether you're at home, on the go, or at the rink, access E-Link from anywhere. Stay informed, connected, and on top of your game. It's fun, free, and only 1 click away. Join us today to keep learning and take your skills to the next level.
Fresh surface on the rink at the Maurice Richard Arena in Montreal, Quebec. Last two races of the morning session on the first day of medals at the first World Cup ISU short track of the season. My name is Gavin Day, happy to guide things through this morning. Wherever you may be watching in the world, it is time, almost, for the mixed relay semifinals. 18 laps, 2,000 meters, 2 heats. The top 2 in each heat will advance to the A final, and the 3rd and 4th place finishers will go to the B final. And if this sport is already unexpected enough, expect the unexpected. The mixed relay is even more so. There's just so much talent on the ice. So many teams have won at World Championships, at World Cups, at the Olympics. So 2 very exciting races to come. First skaters take to the ice. Heat 1 will have the Netherlands, Korea, Poland, and the United States. The Dutch team will have Toon Boer, Selma Poutsma. My apologies, just 1 second. Jens van het Wout and Sandra Velzeboer. Korea will be Jang Sun Woo, Kim Gil Lee, Park Ji Won, and Chim Soo Ki. Poland will have Nicolas Mazar, Felix Pigeon, DNA Cellier, and Kamila Stormovska. The U.S. will have Andrew Hyo, Marcus Howard, Kristen Santos Griswold, and Corinne Stoddard. And Korea are the defending World Cup champions. Netherlands finished 2nd in the standings last year. But then at the World Championships, it was the Dutch that returned the favor, becoming world champions. And both the U.S. and Poland have jumped up for bronze medals on World Cups, so never ever count them out, especially in this event. Cleanly away, and unlike this 2,000 meters, and this one will fly by. And it's the Dutch and Polish teams jumping out to an early advantage. Korea with Kim Gil Lee getting the start for them. And the first early exchange. And it is Sandra Velzeboer, the immensely talented Dutch leader. This is it's pretty much the exact Dutch team that won World Championship gold last year in Seoul. One change. Suzanne Schoulting, obviously not here, so that is Selma Poutsma in. So still a very powerful Dutch team, albeit missing their talismanic figure. Still in front with the Dutch now. There is a move. Poland jumping up into the lead. Battling for the lead. U.S. now up into 3rd. Korea with some work to do with 11 laps to go. Obviously still a long, long way to go. No urgency just yet, and they could be back within contact before you know it. And the Dutch retaking the lead now. Another sharp move up the inside. And I think the Dutch just missed an exchange there and have faded to the back. They've completely missed it. I thought I saw a touch-up when, of course, you want that push. So we'll get another look later on at what happened there. But the Dutch missed the exchange, and it's Poland, Korea, and the U.S. 1 through 3. First World Cup of the year. Obviously, there could be some nerves involved. Not everything's going to go exactly as planned. Nice move by Santos Griswold up the inside ahead of Kim Gil Lee. And could the Americans dare to dream of a spot in the finals? And it's Hyo leading the U.S. with Park Ji-won. No, that's not Park Ji-won, pardon me. That's Jung Sun-woo for Korea. Very close. The Dutch are back within contact here. There is Park Ji-won leading things around. It's Poland in second, coming up to the bell. The Dutch have refound everything there, and they're in third. They're trying to chase Poland down. DNA Cellier for Poland, trying to hang on. And it's going to the photo, but it's Korea. Slow start, fast finish.
But it looks like unofficially moving on to the eighth final, we have Team Korea and Team Poland.
I think Cellier just hung on, but we'll enjoy the highlights before we get the photo finish. And confirmation, Poland 0.06 of a second, just beating the Dutch. Second heat, you hear our PA announcer, but for the benefit of you watching at home, I will also announce it. China, Canada, Belgium, and Italy. The Netherlands penalized there, and so the U.S., the only team going to the B final, Korea and Poland going to the A final. China has Lin Xiaojun. Let's actually see where they were penalized. Right there. Illegal relay. And then confusion reigned, and they'll have a confab session amongst themselves afterwards. China has Lin Xiaojun, Liu Xiaoang, Wang Yi, and Zhang Yizhe. Canada's Danae Blais, Stephen Dubois, Felix Roussel, and Renee Steenge. Belgium has Tineke den Dulk, the Desmet brothers and sisters, Hannah and Stan, Ward Peter, and Italy has Kira Betty, Thomas Natalini, Pietro Siegel, and Martina Valsipina.
We have four teams on ice. Along with Team Canada, we have Team China.
China, silver medalists at the World Championships last year.
Number 20 is Lin.
The Italians, bronze.
Liu Xiaoang. Representing Belgium.
And those two, China and Italy, won two at the mixed event at the 2022 Winter Olympics. So anything can happen, as you've just seen from our last race. It's China in front.
Number 65, Martina Valsipina. Number 6, Pietro Siegel. And number 50, Thomas Natalini.
And for Belgium, they are in second right now. They had some podium finishes last year. Is Canada in third right now? There is a move up to second, and then a stumble, and then a crash. It was Roussel. He saw him wobble, and he couldn't stay on his feet. So, tragedy for the Canadians. But Liu Xiaoang just gives way, and the Chinese comfortably in front. Now the tricky matter for the other teams, stay on your feet, or disaster could befall you, as what just happened with the Canadians. China still in front, Italy up into second. Valsipina keeping the Italians in second, coming up to 6 laps to go. And Italy and Belgium battling for second. Nice little bump. That might have been Hannah Desmet to get Belgium back into second place. And the gun means one final exchange is possible. before the finish. 3 laps to go. There is the final handover by the Chinese. The Italians still in second. And it is Stan Desmet trying to chase them down to pick up that second spot in the semifinal, into the final rather. And China will take it. Here comes the race for second, and it's close. I think Italy just hangs on. And the Canadians come in for fourth, and we'll see. I think it went to a photo. We do need confirmation. We'll check it out after the replay. Here's a look at the photo. Italy in front, and you saw in the replay a couple of the bumps there that'll likely come under review. And we'll just wait before we say which teams are going to the A and B finals. Looks like one of the Italians was complaining when he got bumped there, so perhaps some discipline will be meted out here in moments. It could be a scant B final. But of course, they'll still race that B final because you never know who gets penalized in the A final. And it has happened where B final winners jump up onto the podium. That was our last race of the morning session. There's confirmation of the results. Everything stays as is. China, Italy qualifying for the A final. Belgium and Canada for the B final. And that was the last race of the morning session here in Montreal. Lots more to come this afternoon and over the course of the weekend. This afternoon, of course, the medals get handed out for the first time this season. There will be a 1,000 meters, there will be 1,500s, and there will be mixed relays.
So this is the end of this morning's racing. I would please ask everyone to now leave the arena.
And as the crowd is asked to leave, I think that is our cue to exit for us as well. Wrapping things off from the morning session. As I mentioned, lots more to come this afternoon, so stay tuned, and lots more to come this weekend. Until next time, I'm Gavin Day.
Veuillez quitter l'arena et vous pouvez rentrer dans environ une dizaine de minutes avec vos billets pour les courses de cet après-midi. Les portes ouvriront à 12h30 et la cérémonie d'ouverture à 13h. Nous espérons vous revoir dans pas trop long pour les courses de cet après-midi. Merci beaucoup tout le monde.
and free. Oh, Canada, we